Doing what we do, we are dealing a very heavy blow to Satan. When I say Satan, I mean lower astral forces that interfere with the story of humanity and hold us down into these states of pursuit of worldly desire in which we lie, cheat, steal, and they can rob our energy off the back of those actions and activities. I say we are dealing a mighty blow as the interdimensional forces of spiritual wickedness, we can say. They need anchor points within inside our reality to be here, to continue to push the manifestation of the fallen behaviors that we see around us. We are not only building a village and villages for special needs children, we are talking about children that live in a perpetual state of torture and torment, sometimes for decades. They just lay there alone. Imagine your hands are bound, your legs are bound, your mouth is covered, and you are laid in a room and you are defecating on yourself, and somebody is just giving you enough food to keep you alive. And sometimes someone comes in and burns you. Sometimes someone comes in and cuts you and lets your blood because they think it has magical powers. Sometimes people come in and they rape you. And you stay in a hot, stuffy room, alone, like that, day after day after day. This is a torment and a torture on earth that nobody is going to accept if they know it's there, but it is there, and nobody knows it's there. Because I have seen it now. That is the story of countless special needs children across the developing world. Countless. Millions, probably. Millions. UNICEF claim 10% of all children in Africa are disabled. Where are they? Who is talking about them? Those children are our priority and will be rescued. But as we continue to build for them, we are faced with immense challenges that you can't believe. I am trying only to build villages for such children and rescue them. And this year I've had murder attempts on my life. I've had people following me. I've got men patrolling with guns not far from me to protect my family. Because we are building a village to help disabled children. This is a spiritual wickedness pushing back for a good reason. Because we don't only want to build a village, we want to start a fire in human consciousness that these children are there and we need to start talking about them. A fire started for clean water. It started for things like education. It started for child trafficking recently. We want to start a fire for this endless state of torture that these children are in. And we will. And the enemy knows. And the enemy also knows how much we will take away from the low suffering frequencies that these children are in from their plate. This situation that we are in, this pushback that we are getting, it is not only ourselves. The President of Tanzania has called for help in the last weeks to the nation to help with the extreme rise at this time in child sacrifice, in organ harvesting from children, and now it's not only albino and special needs children as our family is made up of, but it's also regular children. In fact, I was just today discussing with somebody how a Maasai child had been chased a very long distance by men trying to kidnap them, presumably for organ harvesting or sacrifice. We, therefore, are doing a campaign, and it is called Tutakupata, which is Swahili for "We will find you." This campaign will involve much, marches and so on, but we are the first big campaign, and we are doing it with the local authorities and the police, and we are letting these people know that we won't stand for it. We will find them. And again, the demonic pushback is there. And as such, the last days I felt this want to fast and pray and to call on you all to do the same. And as tomorrow is 8/8 or the 8th of August, and here that is Nane Nane, a national holiday called Peasants' Day, which celebrates the impoverished people of Tanzania and raises them up. I am calling you all for 3 days of fasting and prayer, however form you will take it. And I want you to, first of all, get your own breakthroughs. We could all do with fasting a little more than what we do. It's not unknown to us that we prefer to eat than not eat for many of us. But have your own breakthroughs. Pray for those you need to pray for. But I ask also that you share some of that force of love and creation. Where 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I will be. This is coherence, manifestation, and healing. Where 2 or more are gathered, it means there are 2 or more openings to the source code, the Christ. I'm asking that you draw that energy forward towards our family as we step into something unbelievably new. The campaign We Will Find You, that goes directly against the child sacrifices and the witch doctors. And also our new village is open, and we have so much happening there. And we have a lot of pitfalls and snares appearing on the road that the enemy has set for us. We are trying only to rescue disabled children, and the demonic energy facing off against us is horrendous. Why? Because we are dealing a big blow to the enemy. If we can light that fire in human consciousness with your help, we will deal a phenomenal blow to the enemy, and with it rescue hundreds of thousands of children, I believe is possible in my lifetime, from what is hell on earth. I'm therefore wanting to deliver a metaphysical blow to the enemy that has set these spiritual traps ahead of us, and I would like support. I would like this community that has brought us to this point with the power and energy that we have at this point, for those who are able to get some dedicated time focused towards the well-being of these children and this vision and mission that I've outlined here. If you do want to get involved, you will have seen at the bottom of the page there's a link for a fasting page. And what we normally do, we say whatever money you would save on food, donate it to, if you want to do it somewhere else, it's totally fine. Give it to a soup kitchen or something in your hometown. But if you want to distribute it to us, we will then distribute it to the elderly and those who are living in extreme poverty here in Tanzania. The elderly predominantly is who we do food aid for, as if they get too old and they don't have anyone to look after them, they become very frail and die in very difficult, unnecessarily difficult ways because they can't work to get their food and there's no welfare and so on. So, tomorrow, as I record this is a last minute decision, is the 8th of the 8th. And I hope that many of you will join us in 3 days of fasting and prayer, however that looks for you. For me, it would be preferable always, as this human organism, I find the greatest benefits spiritually, physiologically, emotionally and mentally if I cease all calories and just consume water. But for someone else it may be a little bit different. Perhaps you're going to reduce to 1 meal a day, perhaps you're just going to have a Daniel fast and eat nothing but fruits and vegetables for 3 days. Whatever form it takes, I only ask that you open your heart towards our children and allow an opening of the Christ energy and the source code to come through you, to assist in writing a future for us that is without the demonic strongholds that are holding us back in some areas at present. Thank you for all of the love and support, and I hope that you will join me on this journey of 3 days of fasting and prayer, which we've done before as a community, but I normally do it with a little more notice, but I just feel this urge to do it now, and so I am. God bless, guys. I love you all. Bye. I can't stand seeing the children like that. It's gut-wrenching. It breaks my heart.
In 2015, after relentlessly working to help alleviate the human suffering he witnessed in Tanzania, John St. Julien opened the doors to Feather's Tail Children's Village for disabled children with the help of countless kind-hearted humans following his journey on social media. Years later, Feather's Tail has been an incredible success story for the 100+ special needs children with disabilities who now have a chance to thrive for the first time in their lives. Feather's Tail proved that eradicating the suffering of all special needs children was in fact possible with the power of love. John and his team decided to embark on their most ambitious project to date. A new all-encompassing children's village that will become the blueprint to eliminating the suffering of people born with special needs in the entire country and beyond.
I want to take just a few moments of your time to share with you an exciting project.
People all over the world connected very deeply to this mission and took action to help.
It's just phenomenal. All I can say is thank you, and please keep being awesome. The world needs it, and these children need it.
The fundraiser was the biggest success to date. So much so that the village is now under construction, providing labor to locals who can be rewarded fairly for their hard work. Due to the lack of intervention, education, and stimulating activities, many disabled children have been severely limited in their mental and physical growth potential. Many never learn to speak or walk. The new children's village will contain a therapy center at the heart of the village, where children will receive a wide range of high-quality physical and cognitive therapies and activities using advanced equipment, providing them with around-the-clock support from qualified personnel such as caregivers, medical staff, and physiotherapists. Surrounding the therapy center, there will be 4 children's homes with the capacity to house 396 special needs children. Each of the homes will be made up of 3 separate buildings with the capacity to house 33 children in each one. Each building will include 4 large bedrooms, 2 large washrooms, and a daycare hall. In each children's home, there will be a roofed communal therapy area where the special needs children will have access to private therapies and group activities. There will be 2 spacious communal kitchens right next to the 4 children's homes, where they will receive their meals and socialize with other adults and children. The new children's village will take advantage of Tanzania's sunshine and use solar panels on the rooftops to be as energy independent as possible. The village's inhabitants will be able to avoid the strongest sun due to the pergola walkways and various other covered areas. A vocational center will also be created where the special needs children get the best education possible and will be taught skills best suited for their particular disability, giving them the best chance of succeeding in their adult professional lives. Disabled children are often forced to spend time in isolation for hours on end, sometimes even chained up to prevent them from hurting themselves while the parent goes to work to put food on the table and to survive. To tackle this very issue, the new children's village will be home to a community of single parents with special needs children. Each family will live in self-contained, disability-friendly houses. This provides safety and privacy for the family, while still providing full access to the village's medical care and facilities. The single mothers will also have access to education and employment opportunities, such as caring for other special needs children without parents. These mothers are often the most qualified people to do so, having raised a special needs child themselves.
Monica has severe malnutrition, the worst case we've ever had. Monica is 4 years old, but she only weighs 4 kilograms.
Malnutrition is commonplace in Tanzania. UNICEF estimates that around 54% of children under 5 years had stunted growth. Therefore, permaculture will be a focus inside the new children's village. We aim to be as self-sufficient as possible, not to depend on external factors for food availability to meet the children's nutritional needs. We have been blessed with the opportunity to start this project, but our mission is still far from over. We're working around the clock to gather more funds to proceed to the next phase so we can help these humans as soon as possible. If you feel connected to this project and want to become a part of this important mission, visit www.sharetanzania.com/invisible children and learn how you can directly impact the lives of these people today. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more updates.